Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early August 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Pisces collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here, my guide spirit team. Talk to me. What do you got for us? What do you have for Pisces gang here in early August? It is Leo season. What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces gang in early August. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's have ourselves a good time today, my friends. We're going to have some fun reading through these cards, right? There we go. Cool. So we have, I love this card so much. For those of you that have watched for a while, you know how I feel about Mr. Bookhead right there. Big Page of Pentacles energy. And for some reason, it's like he's made a resurgence. There were so many months where I didn't see this card once for any sign. But recently, it's been coming out all like early and often. So this is actually a pretty good thing. As I already mentioned, Page of Pentacles vibes. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end. So you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk about this fine specimen of an individual. If you look over here in the box, we have this younger person that is wearing one of the most awesome costumes I've ever seen. And one day I promise I will wear it for Halloween, right? Books are a necklace, books are a damn hat, books, scrolls everywhere. I mean, you kind of get the drift of what this card is pointing towards. Now, it's great when it comes to information and knowledge. For some Pisces, you may have an extra curiosity to you in this time, whether it's specific information you're looking for, specific things you're researching. This is great for learning and unpacking new knowledge, diving down rabbit holes too. So I love the exploration. That's one thing I like about this. Now, aside from literally learning and being a student, this card does remind me of the Page of Pentacles, which to me, all pages represent students, but also messengers. So there is something here around communication potentially. So we'll be looking for that as we move into the main part of the reading. Like, all right, how many communication signifiers do we got going on? But I like Bookhead. Awesome. It always puts a smile on my face when he pops out in this costume. The only downside to this card, it can second guess, and watch out for information overload. Right, that's like another thing. Make sure like it's good to learn new things. It's good to pack in information and be curious and try to figure things out. But don't overload yourself and try not to second guess yourself too much. But we're just going to let him chill right there. Looks like he's very busy studying for a big test. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Pisces gang. What do we got? And while we get this shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was very strategic for some reason. The reading was titled They Are Planning. So whether that was an energy you were putting forth or even somebody else, it seemed very meticulous, detailed, and planned. Now, again, as someone who's part of Pisces gang, being a Pisces rising, I know the majority of us are kind of go with the flow types of individuals. But this one felt like it was very structured, where it's like, I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do that, then I'm going to do this. I have a plan. I'm going to put it into effect. I'm going to drop the hammer. So just know that energy could bleed over for a couple weeks, but we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Pisces. What do we got? Cool. 3 wands. Anticipation. Okay, I don't dislike it. I like that it's a movement element at the very least. Let's get a couple more. And that energy could also be in like a waiting mode, potentially. They just so yeah, the waiting, the watching, the waiting, paying attention. Okay. Let's get one more here. I already see a picture starting to build with the undertones. And yeah, there we go. We got the Page of Pentacles. Do you remember who I've mentioned about like 15 times already in this reading because of Mr. Bookhead here? Yeah, so we do have some themes this week, Pisces, which could be very good. There's a lot of communication undertones as well. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, You know me, I always love to look at the elements. I feel like that builds a foundation and it paints a picture for us. And we have a good mix this week, Pisces. We got a little bit of fire, a little bit of air, a little bit of earth. Cool. So it's like outside stuff, inside stuff. It's a nice mixture. So this could be different areas of life or different aspects of the same thing. Lots of people too. But position here, number one, with the fire. Fire represents action. So whether it's actions you take, actions other people take, the actions you want to take, it's very high vibrational, high frequency. It could represent energy levels too. So whether you're feeling a little zapped, whether you're feeling like, hey, I'm feeling better, like the energy seems to be on an uphill or like a climb, which I think is pretty good. The only downside to fire, and yes, it does tie into energy levels and vitality, but the only downside to it, I always say, is it's a little uncontrollable, right? It's hard to contain. It could be explosive. It could be very urge driven. So that's something we'll keep an eye on. Moving to the middle, we have air. That's all about logic. It's all about the facts. It's perception, not just opinions. It's all about information, giving or receiving. So you see that one theme showing up once again, whether it's a curiosity within yourself, whether this is someone giving you information or otherwise. It's like, I'm digging, I'm digging, I'm digging. I'm trying to figure this out. Um, I like it because it's strategic in nature and it's all about the facts. The one thing that's, or the downside of the air element is that it could be overthinking sometimes, and it could also represent an energy that's a little cold and detached. It's very clinical. Then here on the back end, we have Earth, very comfortable for Pisces energy. Earth is about results, it's about routine, day to day life. It could be money, work, business, finance. It's a big thing with the Earth element, and it's stability and security, which is pretty cool. The only downside to Earth is that it doesn't seem like it's moving, it doesn't seem like it's doing much, and it can be very stubborn. So we have a lot of different things here. Let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we start with the Three of Wands. And we see this individual, once again, just standing there on the shoreline, watching those boats come in. So could this represent distance or travel? Yeah, if you've taken a trip recently, this card could just represent that. I like it for travel. Um, but it's someone that's waiting, right? It's an energy of anticipating, like, what's next? What's next? I'm waiting on this, I'm waiting on that. Now, the one thing I do like about this card is that it's one of the bigger manifestation cards where it's magnetic, it's pulling things to it. It's not chasing, it's allowing. So it's like bringing an energy in. So this is beautiful. I really like it. There could be something coming in that's like right around the corner when this card shows up. But what might be the downside of this? Sometimes it could be impatient. Sometimes this could be an energy that's like, all right, what am I waiting for? Or am I waiting too long? So watch out for impatience when this card is here. I normally like it. Now, moving over to the next card, as we get this Three of Wands right back. And again, that could just be somebody in wait and see mode, even if it's not you. But moving to the center, we got Page of Swords. Now, this could be an air sign you're connected to: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And as I said earlier, all pages are students and messengers. So there is something here around communication, talks, or messages that we're going to want to look into further. The difference with this Page of Swords compared to the other ones, this one's very cautious, very defensive. And that's why it gets the moniker Watcher of the Tarot deck, right? This is an energy that has eyes on. So whether this is Spirit saying, like, hey, Pisces, keep your eye on this, or hey, Pisces, don't forget to check in on this. Like, the Page of Swords is always watching and observing. So if there's something that you're not watching and observing, just remember I said there's a magnetic energy here as well, where you might be a little more popular than you normally are. Maybe someone's got you under the microscope. That could definitely be the case with the Page of Swords. Now, the downside, the big downside of the Page of Swords, is that sometimes it could be a little too defensive. So just that's something to watch out for in this time, or it could be a little too cautious. On the back end, we got the Page of Pentacles. So right back to this bookhead vibe, right? Now, Earth sign energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, and similar to that page right there, it's all about information, students, messages. So there could be like this chit-chatty type of energy that we're picking up this week. So we're going to have to see, is this other people's energy? Is it chit-chat? Is it gossip? Is it good stuff? We're just going to have to explore it. But the Page of Pentacles is huge when it comes into knowledge and absorption. So now is a great time to learn any new thing with this here. I really like it. But it does show up huge with the communication. And the downside to both of these pages, actually, I already mentioned it with Bookhead, it's an energy that can second guess. It's an energy that could get a little shy, a little bashful. So watch out for that in this time. But I want to dive deeper on all of it, Pisces. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. And yeah, I was like, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. What's going on that Three of Wands? What's this anticipation about? And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Pisces, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Three of Wands time. Why is that Three of Wands here, please? Thank you. Yeah, I mean, more communication here. We're going to have to, yeah, absolutely, once we get over to these pages, because pages and aces carry a very similar vibe. They're great for new, they're great for fresh. They represent doors opening, offers, opportunities. All of them could be it. So, like when I see the Three of Wands with all these energies around it, it's like I'm magnetically pulling things to me. So, just know in this time, you might have an extra magnetism to you, Pisces. Now would be a great time to manifest things. Now, there's a whole variety of ways you could do that, whether it's through prayer, meditation, list. I honestly feel that every single manifestation method is tapping into the same power. So they're all pretty much as good as the next. It's all about your identity, really. But the magnetism is here. So if we're looking at the energetic weather report, it's like I'm pulling these things and they're materializing and they're starting to show up. Now is a great time to be very specific about what you want to create in the future. I really like it. Now, if we put the manifestation to the side, I mean, the Ace of Pentacles is a golden opportunity from the universe. It is. So we could call it a win or a victory if we want. We could call it a big offer opportunity if we want. But to me, it just feels like a lot of beautiful things are being pulled towards me. So I think that's great. We're going to keep going. It's very claimable to me. It's energy that's approaching you. That's the difference. Where it's like I'm not chasing this. It's not like I'm looking for this. This energy is just approaching me. Let's go in on the Page of Swords. See what that's about. We'll see what's happening. The energy could be a little chit chatty too. That's another thing I will say. There's like a lot of talking, a lot of yapping. So why is that Page of Swords here? Okay. Okay, and then this thing like kind of pops back up. I think I saw this for you a few weeks ago. We have Judgment in reverse. This is being a very choosy energy, and I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, because I already said when it comes to the manifesting and creating, be very specific. This could be someone that is like being extra cautious or extra choosy, picky, so to speak. And again, no judgment here. But Judgment in reverse underneath the Page of Swords is like either it's something popping back up or returning, like, hey, Pisces, long time no see. Hey, Pisces, like it's an energy that loops back around, similar to what we saw like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Or Judgment in reverse under the Page of Swords is like, nah, maybe I don't want that Ace of Pentacles. Nah, maybe I don't want that Pentacle either. Nah, I don't want to talk. Like it's energy that's like picking and choosing and selecting. That's how it feels to me. So again, we could tie it into the whole manifestation message we're picking up as well. Like be very picky and detail oriented about what you choose and select. Or, I mean, I don't feel like this is someone being picky just to be picky, if that makes sense. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff, again, like with the offers and the pages and the talking, and now Judgment in reverse. It's like, all right, here comes Pisces, here they come. Whatever way we want to label it, it's like I'm pulling all this stuff to me. Let's go in on the Page of Pentacles, see what that's about. Because there's a lot of talking, conversating messages too. So why is this page in the mix? I think it's all right. I mean, unless you're in hermit mode and you don't like all this energy showing up. For those of you that are like, all right, well, no, I don't want this energy to come in. I'm comfortable where I'm at. Then this might be a little uncomfortable. But let's see what's up with the Page of Pentacles. What's up? Another ace. Yeah, I'm just having a really hard time poking holes in the energy, and I don't even really want to, right? Like, we have some very big themes here, Pisces. We have the Ace of Wands in the upright underneath this Page of Pentacles. And once again, this is like, there's a card in the tarot deck, the Seven of Cups. I like to call it the menu board of life. What I'm getting this week in the main part of the spread is like an extended version of the menu board of life, which I think is beautiful. And again, if you're cross-watching for Pisces, this is great too, because it's like, all right, well, no, there's open roads, there's open paths, there's a lot of different ways this can go. Sometimes in life we're between a rock and a hard place and we don't have many choices, or it may seem that way, right? That's an illusion. But there are times in life where there are so many possibilities, so many things. That's why I think this pickiness is super important. Now, the Ace of Wands, just like the Ace of Pentacles, just like the Pages, offers, opportunities, open doors, conversations, messages. And again, it's all revolving around this Three of Wands. Like if you just look at how all the energy plays, it's like all the energy is just presenting itself to the Three of Wands. So for some of you, is there something right now that you are magnetically drawn to? That might be something to keep in mind, right? Is there something, a situation, or a person that seems magnetically drawn to you? That's something to keep in mind as well. There's something about magnetism that's showing up heavily this week. But needless to say, I love what I'm seeing. So whether it is talks, messages, offers, opportunities, a little bit of everything, I'm just liking what I'm seeing. Like we got a mix of new, we got a mix of old, and it's just all presenting itself. So it's exciting to me. So let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow. So I think you're picking up what I'm putting down here, Pisces. There's so much energetic potential this week. Position number one, we have the Three of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles. There we go. The energy just seems to pop up. It's like coming to you. And I said the only big downside I could see to all this is if potentially you are overwhelmed by all this energy, or it's just too much energetic stimulus. There's too much energy coming in because it's just magnetically drawn. Huge for manifesting and creating. In the center, we have the Page of Swords with Judgment in reverse. Could be something popping back up potentially. But to me, it's just being very specific, very choosy, very picky. So again, that could be advice for some Pisces. On the back end, we have the Page of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands. So this theme is just here. It's all coming in. So I love it. I think it's claimable. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yes, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get this going here. What do we got for Pisces gang? What do we got for Pisces gang in the shadows? Thank you. Okay, Eight of Pentacles. Now, this one's a little bit about effort, right? Because all this stuff, honestly, it seemed a little low effort to me, where it's like energy just magnetically coming in and presenting itself with different paths and potentials. The Eight of Pentacles is huge when it comes to work, career, business. Usually it's great because it's effort. I'm putting effort into this and I will reap the rewards of it. So for some of you, if you're dealing with work situations, career things, this card would absolutely make sense. Now, when it comes to personal relationships, the Eight of Pentacles can represent fixing or mending a bridge, potentially. But the downside of it is, or the big shadow side of the Eight of Pentacles is forcing, right? Remember, it's an energy that puts a lot of effort. It puts a lot of work. It go, 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 go. So in this time, this is a theme I've been seeing specifically in water signs and earth signs this week, is like you do not want to force something. You need to let it flow and do what it's going to do. So keep that in mind. And also, yeah, just make sure you're not trying too hard. So I mean, sometimes effort is a good thing. I'm not going to say just drift through life and never try anything. But there's a big difference between effort and reward, or forcing something that's just pushing back too hard. So we're just going to let that be right there, my friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The August calendar is up and spots go quick, so you might want to check that out. But for the August subscriber surprise, we're doing another winner's choice. I will choose 3 winners at random to either choose the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, which is an absolutely stunning deck, or one of the custom-made crystal pendants from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards that showed up in your reading today, which one intrigued you the most? Which one caught your attention, and why? And you put that in the comments, you'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab / post tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.